Thank you. Thank you very much. Hi. There we go. So you can see me better. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the pilot episode of It's Your Chance of a Lifetime. So glad you could be with us here this evening. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So here's how It's Your Chance of a Lifetime works. All we got to do is just answer 10 questions correctly, and if we do, we could go home with over $1 million. So yeah, very exciting stuff around here. So let's get into the gameplay right here, right now. Okay, so we're going to answer one question right now, and if we get it right, then we go home with some money. So here it is. Here is the first question. Oh, by the way, we get 2 lifelines that we can use anytime throughout the game. So, yeah, and then we'll get one more for the final question. So, without further ado, let's get going. Now, we're going to generate this number. It's between 0 and 10,000 in terms of how much this question is going to be worth. And it's going to be worth $1,361. So, here we go. Here is our first question, and we must, well, we'll talk about what happens after, so once we get this question done. I won't crunch hills is an anagram for which steadfast wartime politician known for smoking cigars? Is it William Clinton, Winston Churchill, Grover Cleveland, or Neville Chamberlain? Looks like it's Winston Churchill, so we'll go with Winston Churchill. And we're right. Okay, there you go. One question down, just like that. Alrighty, now question number 2. So if we get this question correctly, then we will add $5,000 into our bank. If not, then the game ends. Well, no, we get 2 strikes, so we can get one free question basically incorrect, and then the second time, it's game over. So here we go. Here is the first question. Or the next question, question number 2. Australia and USA have states. Canada has provinces. What does Japan have? Departments, counties, prefectures, or parishes? I don't know, to be quite honest. Let me talk about the lifelines here. We can jump the questions, jump the question, which means we'll just skip it. We don't have to answer it, and then we'll move on to the next question. Or we can double dip, which means we can answer, if we get this one wrong, then we'll see another question for the same bet, basically, and then go from there. So, yeah. But I don't even know if I can narrow this down any. My gut is saying prefectures, but once again, I really have no idea. So I think we're just going to jump the question. Okay, so and we would have been right. So there you go. But that's okay. 2 questions down. We have 8 more left to go. This one will add $5,000 into our bank. So here we go. To add $5,000 into our bank. In 2007, a momentous event occurred in the history of the canned food product called Spam. What was it? 7,000th can was sold, 7th can was sold, 7 millionth can was sold, or 7 billionth can was sold. Happened in 2007. Well, I think we can eliminate 1,000th and 7th because those are just too small. Millionth. I know Spam was quite popular, so 7 million almost feels too little to me. So I think we'll go 7 billionth. Yes, we're right. Okay, there we go. So we put $5,000 into our bank. We've just got 7 questions left to go. Now we must wager on every single question from here on out. So here we go. Question number 4 of 10. Grammaticus was the Latin word for which profession practiced by George Washington before embarking on a military career? Architect, surveyor, engineer, or lawyer? I think he was a lawyer, but I'm not sure on it. I don't think it would be our architect or an engineer. I don't think he was a surveyor. I'm pretty confident that it's a lawyer. I'm gonna go $3,500 on lawyer. No, he was a surveyor. No kidding. Well, that drops us down to $1,500. And now if we get this next question incorrectly, we have to go, or well, the game's done with. So yeah, we'll go home with whatever we have after we bet. So yeah, we still have the double dip. So here we go. Next question. In the 1993 movie Cool Runnings, the 1993 movie Cool Runnings is about the misadventures of a bobsled team from which unlikely country? Cuba, Samoa, Fiji, or Jamaica? I know this one for a fact, so we're going to bet it all on Jamaica. And we're right. There we go. All right, halfway through the game, we've got $3,000 now. Here is question number 6 of 10. In 1841, Edgar Allan Poe wrote the first modern-day detective story, The Murders in the Rue Morgue. What was the Rue Morgue? A street in Paris, a village in Cameroon, a mortuary in Montreal, or a river in Haiti? Well, considering it's a morgue, I would say it's a mortuary in Montreal. A street, I don't think that would be considered a street. I don't think it would be a river either. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go $2,000 and bet mortuary. No, it was a street in Paris. Well, unfortunately, that was our second strike, and that means game over. But we still ended up with $1,000 from that game, so that is not too shabby at all. Oh, plus the money, the $1,361. So that's $2,361. So there you go. All right, brand new game, clean slate. Here we go. This first question will be worth $8,641. So there you go. Of the following 4 movies, which one does not take place during World War II? Inglourious Basterds, Heartbreak Ridge, Midway, Sands of Iwo Jima. Well, I'm almost positive Iwo Jima was a World War II thing, so we can rule that out. I've heard of Midway, and I've heard of Inglourious Basterds, but I've never heard of Heartbreak Ridge. Remember, we can jump the question. However, we just wouldn't get that guaranteed money. Or we could do the double dip if we would like to as well. Well, as much as I'd hate to use a lifeline early, I think to stay in the game, we're going to use it. We're going to use the double dip. And we're going to go with Midway. No, it was Heartbreak Ridge. Okay. Well, that's okay. Next question to get us that $8,641. Who was the first non-American winner of the U.S. Masters Tournament? Arnold Palmer, Gary Player, Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods. Now, I've heard of all of them except for Gary Player. I don't know who he is. Tiger Woods, is he American? I would assume he is, as well as Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer. I'm going to go with the one I've never heard of before, Gary Player, and we'll just see if that's right. Yes! Woo! We got that right. That means we have got a guaranteed prize of $8,641. So, first question down, or first level down, I probably should say. Remember, question 2, that's to add $5,000 to bet with for the rest of the game. So here is the next question. In the song Purple People Eater by Sheb Wooley, how did the one-eye, one-horn flying purple people eater play his rock and roll music? By passing gas, with a saxophone, through a horn on his head, or an electric guitar? I have never heard this song before in my life. So I think we're just going to have to jump the question because I have no idea. Alrighty. Well, the correct answer was through the horn on his head. Yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense now, but anyway, so we used up all of our lifelines. We still have one strike left we can use, basically. So here we go. Next question. I am your mother's brother's wife. In English-speaking cultures, who am I? Is it your stepmother, your grandmother, your aunt, or your cousin? I believe that is my aunt. Yes, there we go. So we put $5 grand into our bank account. 3 questions down, 7 more to go. Here it is. Next question. By the way, we can walk away at any time too. So there you go. In 2007, Russell Crowe's character Ben Wade caught the 3.10 train to where? Tombstone, Yuma, Denver, or San Francisco? Well, I haven't heard of Ben Wade or the 3.10 train. Obviously, I know who Russell Crowe is, but yeah, I don't know anything else besides those things. Well, we can get at least one question wrong, and we must, if we're gonna bet, it must be a minimum of $500. So I think we're gonna go $500 on Denver. No, it was Yuma. Well, that's okay. We've never heard of Yuma before, so alrighty, because now we're in danger for the rest of the game. If we get just one question incorrect the rest of the game is over. So $4,500. Here is the next question. What device is used to What device is used to mass produce signatures? Writing Buddy, Pro Pencil, AutoPen, or Ink-O-Matic? Well, there's been a lot of talk in the news about this device, and I'm going to bet all of my money on the AutoPen. And we're right. There you go. Up to $9,000 halfway through this game now. 5 questions left. 5 questions down. Here it is. In April 1995, Australians celebrated a century of which unofficial anthem? Waltzing Matilda, Advance Australia Fair, Tie Me Kangaroo Down, I Still Call Australia Home. Well, I Still Call Australia Home would make the most sense out of those 3. But I don't even really have a clue, to be quite honest with you, on what this could be. Well, we're at $9,000. We can walk away with that, or we can bet on a guess, which I don't want to do. I mean, we could lose as little as $500, but I mean, do you really want to lose money on something you don't know? That's the question you have to ask yourself. But we have no strikes left and 1 incorrect answer, and we're going home. I think we're going to walk away with the $9,000. Okay, good call. Good call, I think. Like I said, I think it's I Still Call Australia Home. I probably would have only put like $500 on it. Let's see if we were right. No, it was the Waltzing Matilda. So there you go. We did the right thing. $9,000 plus the $86.41 from the first question. That means in this game we have a total of $17,641. So that is not too shabby at all. Added on to the money we won in the first game tonight, we gave away $20,002. So yeah, thank you all so much for joining us tonight on It's Your Chance of a Lifetime. Hopefully, we might see you soon right here on this show. So we'll see you then. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you very much.